this home and peace in that home. I want to tell you all a story real quick. So, when I was 10 years old, I started meditating. I saw Avatar, The Last Airbender, and I saw them meditating, and I saw that episode on meditation. I was like, whoa, I want to do this. I want to try this. I then proceeded to walk outside of my house. Walked outside, just like a day, just like this. And I closed my eyes and I started meditating. When that happened, I felt as if the universe and I were one. I felt as if the wind that was flowing around me and the wind that was inside of my soul, the energy, the prana, I felt that it all became one. And like the quickest second ever. Then I opened my eyes. And then I told myself. I said, self? Myself said, I said, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. So 7 years later, when I was 17, I stopped meditating. When I got to college, I stopped meditating. I was like, no one meditates. Who does this? Blah. That's not cool, right? And then my second year in college, my sophomore year in college, I had a mental breakdown. A massive mental breakdown. I was stressed out. I was extremely anxious. I was extremely depressed. And honestly, I didn't tell my mentors or my family or my friends this, but I didn't want to live anymore. I remember it got so bad that sometimes I would look at myself in the mirror and it's almost as if I could see just like my soul actually breaking. Like my framework, like just everything just crumbling. And I would tell myself, I don't know how much longer I can sustain just even walking back and forth to class. How much longer I can sustain even talking to my friends. How much longer I can even sustain life. And I remember, it was one day, just my mind just snapped. And then I was on the floor. And I was crying. And it was like there was just nothing going on in my mind. It was like my mind was broke. And I remember just almost being shifted back into just an observer standpoint. And I had this this big ass slob of drool just coming from my lips. And in that moment, I heard a voice. And it said, get up. And then my mentors and my friends and my family members, they all started to say, Duran, you should start back meditating. Duran, you should start back grounding yourself. And I said, you're right. But after that breakdown, I was still extremely anxious. And I was still extremely depressed. And I was still suicidal. And so I told myself, just like the voice in my head said, get up. I'm like, God damn it, I'm going to get up. And so I told myself, I said, self. Myself said, I said, self, I am going to basically crawl and climb my way out of my anxiety. Crawl and climb my way out of my depression and of my suicidal thoughts. By grounding myself and focusing myself in meditation, and focusing my thoughts. Weeks later, I started to see the impact that it had on my friendships, the impact that it had on my family members, the impact that it had on my mental state. Y'all, I kid you not, I was smiling so much because of just how better I felt on the inside. Do you understand me? Like I felt like I climbed this mountain, and then when I was at the top of the mountain, I saw it all, and I had this inner peace. Then something hit me. It was like, Ron, go out and teach other people this. This method that you did yourself, that got you out of anxiety, out of depression, out of suicidal thoughts. Teach this to people. And And then that vision was born, and I told myself, I said, I am going to help as many people as I can before I leave this physical plane. Elevate themselves, ground themselves, and then I'm going to teach them how to fly. And that is how grounded flight was created. It was created off of my own experiences. And a higher power, the universe, I am that I am God, telling me to go out and to teach people the same
existence. Each and every single one of us. And so this event is going to be an example of that. What I want is for this room to be buzzing and vibrating with energy. So that at the end of this event, if someone was walking in the hallway, they'll get smacked by the energy. That's what I want. And so hopefully you all want the same exact thing.
We should all love each other.
look into. Nah, you guys are like that. We can all love each other.